So, what am I doing first? Alright. Apparently, I need to make some other dough first. And I'm adapting this dough recipe to, well, I've changed the portions of this, so hopefully I have enough dough for what I'm making. Is the lighting okay, actually? Yeah, it should be. Actually, I'm gonna use a bigger bowl here so it can conform to the size of it. Alright, so we're just gonna do 1 cup of flour, which hopefully should be enough. The original recipe I looked up didn't call for like baking soda or baking powder, so I'm just gonna add a little bit of it to like help with the leavening of the rise in the air fryer. Because whenever you're always doing baked goods, you'd always have like baking soda or baking powder. Some recipes call for both, but it all leaves a textural difference in the end, depending on what you're using. I think for experimentation's sake, we're going to use a little bit of baking powder. I don't want to use too much of it because I don't want to compromise this recipe too much. It's like 1/8 of a teaspoon. Essentially, we're making a bit of self-rising flour. What else do we need here? bunch of salt. Like I'm missing something. I don't think we need more than a half a teaspoon of yeast anyways. Because even a little bit can go a long way. This is like active. We always need our active cultures in baking. So this is just fine. I'm gonna give this time to proof before air frying anyway, so it should be able to give enough time to rise and all that good stuff. So everything the dry ingredients just get sifted together, and then we need to get the wet ingredients, and then this needs to take plenty of time to rise. So by the time we finish with whatever savory thing we're making today, this should be ready to be air fried once we're done with that. So that's nice and sifted. That in the sink, we can set this aside. Then we need to focus on the wet ingredients. So grab some butter, and then I'm gonna put in 1 egg to give it structural integrity because I don't believe on just adding milk alone will this actually get enough. So I'm actually gonna put the butter and the milk together. this looks pretty homogeneous enough. And then we need to add an egg to this because I believe an egg should be able to bring it all together. Oh yeah, I can't forget the vanilla. And the sugar. Because not many people would think sugar... Well, there's a debate. Some people think that sugar is a wet ingredient versus a dry ingredient. It's technically considered a wet ingredient considering, like, anything you use sugar in makes things sticky. Put in 1 tablespoon of sugar for right now. Get that dissolved. Then I'm going to add in 1 egg. Kind of looks like a French toast cover already. Add a little bit less sugar. Now hopefully the amount I'm adding is enough. Hopefully. Some vanilla in there. Alright, the moment of truth. We're now going to combine the wet ingredients with the dry ingredients. And add a little bit at a time, just for the ingredients to get to know each other a little bit. Hopefully once this all comes together, it's one consistent dough. Which it should be. Hopefully. Alright, looks crumbly right now, but that's only because we added a part of the wet ingredients. Let's add a little bit more. But essentially we are looking for a dough in the end. Like a well-structured dough, and we are only working with 1 cup of flour here, so... Okay, this looks almost structurally sound already, so I feel a little bit good about this. We're gonna add the last of it in here. I'm actually gonna take my spatula, SpongeBob calls it, add the rest of that in there. We're gonna fold it all together. Still is a little bit more stickier than I thought, so you might need to add a little bit more flour to make this work. Just like an OG Asian, I'm gonna eyeball this. Because in Asian cooking, we eyeball everything. Alright, so I'm just gonna add this much for now. A little bit more flour doesn't hurt anyways. Next time I'd have to add in 1.5. Because you need the right amount of flour to absorb the dry ingredients. This might be enough flour, I think. Although I might have to add a little bit more because it still is feeling a little bit sticky. And then after this, we need to let this proof.
Hi, how are you?
Pretend that didn't happen. Okay, I think we're pretty almost good on the dough. I think if I just hand knead it, we should be okay. flour my hands a little bit. That's going to help with the kneading process. Need a little bit more flour. Especially for these sticky bits. Okay, I think we just have the right amount of flour on this now. This dough is looking nice and cohesive. Just for safety measures, I'll do a little bit more. Yeah, if you ever need an arm workout, just knead dough. It's a pretty good workout in the kitchen. Alright, so it's somewhat sticky, but not completely sticky to my hands. Alright, so we're just gonna gather it up into a little ball like so. And then we're gonna let this little dude rise for a little bit while we go ahead and make another pizza. Another zaffary. I'll keep the flour to the side in case we need it, because we need the flour to roll it out later. Alright, we'll put this little dude aside, and then we're gonna go with our other dough for now. Hey, what's up, Kaiser dude? Okay, so now... Speaking of dough, we don't have enough dough because I still have my aged dough from like last weekend. Still pretty fermented and stuff, but hey, it's a good thing. Aging your dough is a pretty pro strat of a lot of pizza makers. So we're only going to take a portion of this though. So we only need like a certain amount of it for one pie anyways. I forgot how sticky this thing is. This time we're going to use bread flour, because this dough is made of bread flour. We want to keep like flour ridden. Looks like the plumbing's doing its usual thing. We want to keep like flour ridden utensils separate because like the composition in bread flour is like different than like regular all-purpose flour. So, let's go ahead and get this rolled out, which might hopefully make enough dough for the serving that I need. If not, I'll just add a little bit more, which might be the case. This closed so the yeast can be able to take its time and do its thing again. Now that I have this bonded with the glucose and its starch and everything, let's see if this is big enough. Pause. Which it should be. You could also do the trick of like what pizza chefs do and just do this. but it's a little bit more even out if you use a rolling pin. Well, there's like enough like starch in here and all that in order to do this. I guess I can try it this way. If there's anything else I learned is that artisan pizzas aren't 100% uniform. They're not all complete circles unless you use like a baking tray. Okay, so we're going to cover this up with foil just for me to get the size of this thing so I can properly measure out how large this dough needs to be, which really shouldn't be that large. Okay. So now we're just going to get this rolled out. Hopefully it should get to the size of the of what we're doing, of the vessel that we have it in. course, if you're using a cutting board, always remember to flour the cutting board or your dough will just stick like what happened to me. Okay. It's not a problem though, not a problem. We can fix that. The most important thing is that we need to make sure this is in the right shape and the right size, which is where it's just about to be pretty soon. Put this aside. Using a rolling pin can also be a workout in and of itself. I think we're just getting to the shape that we want. And hopefully it's the right size too. Seems about right. That a few minutes to preheat while I figure out the shape situation. And then I'm gonna try something different this time. Oh, before I forget, I almost forgot. If you're making a homemade dough, you always gotta puncture it. It's like let the air holes out mostly because if you let this like heat up and put it like in an oven or in my case the air fryer right away, it's going to puff up. If you want it to stay flat, poke those holes. If you bake this in an oven, I don't believe you need to do this step. The last time I did homemade dough and did not do the hole part, the puncturing part, it just inflated like a flatbread. Now I learned from that mistake. In every other frozen store-bought pizza dough that's already made and all that, even the frozen ones, you see like the holes punctured as well. It's specifically for that reason, so that it doesn't like puff up when you heat it up. Or they're just throwing additives in there that will just prevent it from rising anyways. I'm not doing this like consistent patterns or anything, just enough to puncture to... I think it should be good. I think. I'm gonna put a little bit of olive oil on the aluminum. Turn it around. Okay.
Nani?
Legit, this is about trial and error. Okay. Let's see. Yo, what's up, Drac? What's up, Presto? We're not playing anything, we're cooking. What do you think this is? We're in the kitchen right now, this is real life. How are you doing, by the way, Cello? Nice to meet you, too. And as for what music is playing, it's just some Studio Ghibli piano. Alright, let's see if it tries to maintain the shape when I use the air frying tray. This is very hot. Alright, just gonna have to press down the corners for it to like maintain some shape, but here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna heat this dough up for a little bit on one side, and then we're gonna flip it over to the other side where we're gonna put the toppings on. Well, actually, since this might be the top layer, I'm gonna have to actually like only bake this for like a quick minute or so. Well, you can air fry this for a quick minute or so, and then we'll flip it over to the other side, let it air fry, and thank you for the bits, by the way, Drake. I appreciate it. Sorry, I don't notice the alerts, guys. I'm literally in the kitchen, and my computer is across from the kitchen. Alright. Also, how did you find my channel, Presto? Because I'm literally just cooking right now. Alright. Let's give this dough here. It kind of looks like frozen dough a little bit, but it should turn out better. So the pizza setting right now sets it at an automatic 330 degrees, which I think should be okay. Yeah, it should be okay for now. Okay, so we're actually going to turn this over onto its other side so we can be able to, oh my god, get it working. It was kind of falling apart on me, but that should be okay. You'll probably do it a go on this side for maybe about several minutes or so, like 5 to 7 minutes. I'll check on it afterwards. Just so it gets another bit of a sheen. Do some olive oil on there. Doesn't hurt to have a little bit of olive oil. Then we'll pop this back into the air fryer. I'll put it back to the same settings at, I'll give it like about 5 to 7 minutes. Oh, I actually burned myself. Looking back at your music history stuff, how so? Maybe I should have my chat open on my phone. I think Cello just yeeted. I don't know why the dude was asking what am I playing when clearly I'm in the kitchen. Like, cooking is literally a thing on this channel. And on Twitch in general. I'm gonna use the spoon again. I'm trying to remember what I'm doing next. Actually, let me check on this dough for a second. How else have you been doing, Drek?
Hi, how are you?
I think I could go ahead and make the, what's it call it? Yeah, I think I'll make this cinnamon brown sugar thing in the meantime. So that's gonna take, I think I'll do, yeah, because cinnamon is potent stuff. I think I'll do half a teaspoon of cinnamon and a quarter cup of sugar for this one. Hey, yo, potato. You didn't miss out on too much. I just made I made the cinnamon roll dough like 30 or so minutes ago. I popped another pizza in there, and we're trying to get the bottom of the pizza browned. Of course, it's not going to be perfect, but artisan pizza isn't perfect anyways in terms of shape. What was I doing? Oh, right. Butter in there for now. Alright, so I'm gonna use this small bowl for my brown sugar cinnamon thing. I like pairing brown sugar and cinnamon because it was like an Eggo flavor combination I had like growing up, as well as brown sugar just has that molasses in it, that extra bit of molasses to give it a more rustic profile. Oh, the only thing you missed out is just me mixing the dough together. I just need to combine the wet and the dry ingredients because the dough literally just needs time to it needs time to rise and all that stuff. This might be a good amount, actually. It's a really strong flavor, so the cream cheese frosting is going to help. And for a hint of extraness, we're going to add a little bit of nutmeg. I should have added nutmeg in the dough, but better late than never. We're just going to mix this together. You always gotta remember, when you're making cinnamon sugar, you're gonna do like small parts cinnamon, more parts sugar, and an extra part whatever else you want to do. Of course, because brown sugar is made of molasses, also has it's pretty much just white sugar and molasses, it's gonna clump together easily. But that's okay. I can accept that. Super nut? Oh my god. Not the nuts. Okay. I think my sugar's all combined enough, so we're gonna set that aside. Time for me to double check the za. I know the color looks like it's turning out okay, but I might give this like a few more minutes, honestly. We want this to be like browned enough and stuff, so that way when I switch it over to the other side, it will be able to... Actually? I'm gonna try like this and give this a few. So 330 degrees, I'll give it a few more minutes. This is just an experiment. Yeah, man. It's done. It looks more like a crust, but it needs to get the right color for us to proceed. In the meantime, this gives us an opportunity for us to make our sauce. So I think what I haven't told you guys is like the details of how I made my pizza sauce last time. So this is technically a souvenir from Italy. It's called, just need to make sure my microphone has enough power, pesto rosso, which literally just means red sauce. Because the regular pesto that people are usually used to is the green one, which is made of basil, pine nuts, and garlic and olive oil. This, you can actually make this at home, since not a lot of stores will like sell this thing. It's basically sun-dried tomatoes with olive oil and other fixins like almonds and herbs as well. This has a lot more concentrated tomato flavor than I find in pasta sauce or pizza sauce. I'm loving this thing. So whenever I make my pizzas, I would actually use this, and if I run out of it, I could just make it myself. So that's pesto rosso in a nutshell. The spoon is not the right size. So we're gonna spoon some of the pesto rosso in there. And remember, you don't want to, when you're making a pizza, depending on the size of your pizza, this is how much I have in my like little ingredient dish right here. You don't need like too much sauce. I'll still keep a little bit on hand in case we need to like add a little bit more of the pesto rosso to... In case we need to add a little bit more of the pesto rosso to... What is it? Like even out the layer. To that... So this, I'm gonna add a little bit of one of my favorite condiments, gochujang, which is the Korean fermented red pepper paste. It has a very heavy smell, a really unique scent. It adds that nice kick of spice that you need whenever you are making a sauce or something with it. So I'm gonna take a small dollop of this thing. That'll be enough to coat my taste buds. Alright, let me go ahead and check how the dough is doing actually. Just needs a few more minutes, actually. Okay. Now that that's out of the way, alright, so I tossed this in the microwave to warm it all up. I just gotta add a little bit more spices or so. Because I'm very extra. I'm gonna throw a little bit of turmeric in there. Turmeric is like, it adds color to food. It's a Middle Eastern spice. It's got pretty good health properties for you, so. However, if you add too much, it can be overbearing on the flavor. So, just adding a little bit to give the sauce a rustic profile, as well as to give it a rustic profile and give it a unique flavor combination. If this is turning out a little bit too spicy, I'll add in a little bit of honey, but I'm gonna have to balance that out with salt and pepper like I did last time. Alright, so let's heat this up. $15 is usually enough to get that all melted together with this lovely baby. It's stuff I've tried before, Drac. I made pizza on once on Twitch, and this is the same formula I've been using and stuff. Good question though. Sometimes I eyeball stuff and spitball. All right, I need a taste for seasoning. It's a bit there in the spice department. It's not to say that's a bad thing, it's just that I'm not tasting enough of the tomatoes. Let's add a little bit more of the tomatoes, actually. Plus, adding a little bit of the cold tomatoes helps to balance out the temperature. We should be able to get that crunch again, actually. Add in a little bit of honey, actually. Not too much. But always remember, guys, to taste for seasoning. Okay, I'm definitely getting a little bit more tomato flavor. Just need to add in the last bits of spices to here. Oh, that gochujang. Okay, we got color now. We got color. Oh, that curvature, though. This is some funky curvature we got here. But it's because this side, the brighter side, hasn't completely been baked yet. It still has time to be able to like bond with the sauce. But before I finish up the sauce with some, this is Korean red pepper flakes actually, although in most pizzas you would use like Italian red pepper flakes. The Korean red pepper flakes are actually a lot more mild in terms of spice and whatnot. Yeah, no problem, Drac. The only green herb I have at my disposal are parsley flakes. Normally it would be basil. Pizza sauce would also have oregano. But if you have like like a green herb that can like replicate some of that, the rustic that can kind of taste similar, then you should be okay. Then again, there's a lot of pizza purists out there who would really would not condone what I'm doing right now, but I'm a freaking millennial who has a unique flavor profile. So, that's what's up. Alright, now, we just need to make sure we grab the piece de resistance. See this? If we're going fusion, we might as well go a little bit extra. And if I'm going extra, might as well just be a little bit more extra. Alright, so let's add some green onions to that. And couldn't be a little bit more Italian without a bit of... Oh, we got some garlic here. There's a lot of different ways to like get a garlic peeled. Right now, like the way I'm going about is like really try hard. But no matter which way that you get the skin off of a garlic, as long as you get the skin off, that's fine. And when you're like mincing garlic, this little dude, there's like a lot of flavor in this. Especially in like the green part, the middle of it. You guys probably can't see it too well, but the green part of it in the middle is like where most of the flavor is coming from. That's where the smelly breath property comes from too. It's a fun little food trivia. Alright, so with most of the skin off, I can go ahead and make some garlic slices. Sauce is ready. Let me move the brown sugar cinnamon out of the way. Move the dough to the side. Just cut off the butt end of the onion, so we don't need that. The white meaty bits are actually what's going to go on top, though. Everything else is going to be a garnish, actually. So we could chop those up later. You generally want to cut off like the loose stalky bits because these can like wilt out really quickly. Oh, you got him ascendant? Nice, Kaiser dude. Alright, so I'm gonna leave the greenier, lighter green bits for the garnish, and then everything else can just go on top. Now how the sauce is gonna prove itself, I have no idea. Alright, there should be enough sauce. Because we gotta, like, spread it around the pizza anyways. It's like I'm painting a picture here. I'm not Picasso or anything, I'm just trying to make sure that we have this dough all covered. Funny that you mentioned Mama Kaiser, dude, because, like, whenever it's time to do cooking and I think of Mama, I always think of, like, that DS game Cooking Mama, which I still do have. I guess I can enjoy it time by time, but I think I could finish that game in one go if I unlock all the recipes. Oh, those were the good old days, back at the DS days. Alright, so we think we've got every single area of this covered and all that good stuff. So we just need to place the cheese and the toppings on it and let this heat up. I'm using low moisture mozzarella, although you could use whole milk mozzarella, which is like the pizza cheese for a lot of pizza professionals. Which I did use once. I know why. It's like I know why a lot of pizza professionals love it is because it's like very greasy as heck. And the structure of dry whole milk mozzarella is like a lot more, a bit more different than regular like low moisture mozzarella that a lot of pizza places use. And also for an entire decade, the Two Brothers Pizza in New York City, they've kept their pizza slices to they continue having their pizza slices to $1 slice. And a whole pie, that's just the cheese pizza alone. And a whole pie is like $8. No tax. So whenever it's like lunch hour, people would just pay with $1, go in, grab their slice, and go out. Because that's how it is at Two Bros Pizza. And I've had their pizza before. It's decent. If you're hungry enough, you would grab that slice. But otherwise, there's always like, of course, there's better pizza for you to have than a pizza that costs a pizza slice that costs $1. But if you're hungry enough, if you're drunk enough, if you're high enough, if you're desperate enough, and you need a fill of pizza, then it's not a bad option for you. It's like one of the hidden gems of affordable foods in New York City, considering that the price is high for a lot of things in New York City. people eat onions on their pizza, then surely the spring onion should work too. What was the last interesting pizza topping I've had, actually? I think it was anchovies. Because anchovies I know make or break people, just like pineapple on pizza. Personally, I don't mind pineapple on pizza, but I kind of can see, like, where a lot of people are disgusted by pineapple on pizza. Because, like, the flavor profile of a pineapple, as well as the texture, like, for a lot of people, it doesn't bode well. I find it working with barbecue chicken pizza the most, but again, I try my best to keep an open mind about food. Everybody has their own personal preferences. You can't always satisfy and please everybody. Okay, so with that out of the way, I think we're just gonna blast this for like several more minutes in the air fryer. Hopefully the cheese will become the right color we need. I'm just gonna sprinkle a little bit more parsley flakes on top for that added color of greenness. Pop this bad boy back in carefully. Alright. We'll blast that dude in for a good, probably 7 more minutes. Yeah, man. It is going to be my style pizza. Oh, now is a good time for us to check on our cinnamon bun dough that we just started earlier with. Probably going to have to clean this cut. Use the surface of the other side, actually. Alright, let's check on our cinnamon roll dough, which... This is what it looks like now. It kind of proofed a little bit, but it should still be serviceable. So now we're gonna get this rolled out, and I think we're only going to need like a portion of this, considering we were trying to fit it into this thing. The dough actually smells really good. Where the extra flour comes into play. Yeah. Set things aside here. want to get this into a rectangular shape as best as possible. Which might need a little bit more dough than that, actually. Because I think I might end up double stuffing the, so we're probably going to do cinnamon filling on the top, and then, actually, no, wait. I think we could do it this way. So, I'm gonna get it rolled down into like a cylindrical shape. Although it's gonna look a little bit phallic at first. So we're gonna actually roll it out this way. Gotta make the Cinny roll thick. Hopefully it becomes as thick as possible to fit in this thing. If I were to make a bigger batch of cinnamon rolls, I would do the traditional method of like making this a whole rectangle and just fill it with the cinnamon sugar filling this way, but because we're working with a certain vessel and we're making one serving, it's a whole different story. Alright, let me check on the pizza real quick. I'll give it one more minute. And I'll show you guys what the product of that looks like. I mean, you could technically take this dough and make it like a corn dog with it. Because I think this dough would be good for deep frying, too. This is some very stretchy dough, though. You can tell the gluten has really worked when you can actually stretch your dough. Alright. Let me go ahead and stop that for a second so we can stop the air fryer from frying. Yo, look at that color. If this ain't legitness for its color, then I don't know what is. This is done. I need to put it on somewhere so I can cut it. Just put it on the foil that I put it on earlier. this ain't an actual pizza, then I don't know what is. But it's aged dough, pesto rosso, mozzarella, chopped up garlic, spring onions. Can't get any more rustic than that, folks. It's not delivery, it's homemade. This is actually a flavor bomb. I'll try it for myself, actually. Right on the money. It's right on the money again. Did you not eat lunch yet, Potato? Yeah, got the right amount of spice from the sauce. I got that toasty onion and the garlic. The fresh herbaceous earthiness from the fresh onions on top. This is really stellar. It is baked just right. Even if the dough is not completely baked, like this is one of the lighter sides of the pizza. It's still completely fine, in my book. But I probably would add a little bit more sauce, though. I'm not gonna lie. Alright. So we'll move that to the side. And then now we can focus on the Cinny roll. What, did what I say remind you of somebody, Kaiser dude? I gotta be really gentle on this dough, actually. As we're stretching out so thin and everything. I'm trying to open this up now, making sure that all the whatever gaps I have are covered, so that way I can safely put the butter on and then the cinnamon sugar filling. You can also get some parchment paper to line this sheet with. Unlike the pizza, though, there's no need to pre-bake for the cinnamon roll, I think. Because I'm following loose directions from a YouTube video and a Pillsbury recipe. Don't knock it till you try it, it's what they say. Yep, we gotta do that. We just gotta do that for now. So I'm trying to make this as uniform as possible. Okay. So next we gotta put butter on this. So then we will then add our mixture. This is really what I don't like about baking is when we're working with parchment paper. This is something we kind of gotta eyeball. We also have to keep in mind that this dough I'm making right here is still going to expand in the once it's being heated up, so this is what I'm going to do. I'll take a part of the available butter that we have here and then just use that to grease this pan, this dish. To minimize sticking it to it. That way we can also get the parchment paper in here stuck too. I think what we'll also do is make some edge pieces so that way we can be able to get the whole thing out. Once we get the dough in here. It's not sticking as much as I want to, but I'm just trying my best and eyeballing it. Because this is a lot of extra parchment paper that we could put to use anyways.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, welcome back, Drac. Okay, frick. This is not gonna work. I feel like I'm just gonna have to hope for the best with the parchment paper. Alright, so now we're gonna butter up the dough, so that way we can get the cinnamon sugar thing to stick. So we'll take the bowl that we have over here, just apply the filling, little by little. Of course it's going to get a bit messy when you're applying the filling because it's it's plenty of sugar and cinnamon. I think it made a bit more filling than I needed anyways, but that's okay. This looks like a funky roll over here. Thought about streaming something different, but you thought, nah. Understandable. Maybe I could make another dough with this, actually, since this is like 2 cinnamon roll doughs. I'm gonna bake off this one for. Oops. I'm gonna bake off this one first, actually, and then I'll try a mini one. We'll give it a good 10 minutes and see how that turns out, actually. Epic roll. Hey man, that's how we do things around here. Go big or go home. Well, it's not big enough to cover the tray, actually, but it's my first time making cinnamon rolls regardless. So I put it in the air fryer for about 320. These might be okay, the smaller ones. Well, these are homemade rolls regardless. only other thing I will say is that brown sugar does tend to clump up, but the flavor profile of it is definitely something worth putting into when you're making desserts. Alright, these little dudes aren't all uniformly shaped, but I'd still say they're adorable enough. Alright, about 6 minutes into the main bun. I'm gonna give the big bun a couple more minutes or so. Sure, we'll put it aside for now. I think I'll go ahead and make the cream cheese thing in the meantime. And there's always that one small roll. Yep, exactly. Facts. Alright, we're gonna take some softened cream cheese and make some good old classic cinnamon roll frosting with it. It's not powdered sugar, it's always the cream cheese. So to this, we're gonna add a little bit of milk, our remaining butter, and then, yeah, we're gonna add our milk, remaining butter, a little bit of honey, and that should be it. Just gonna add a little bit of milk to smooth things out with the cream cheese. Because we need it to be a consistency where it's like it's frosting like. swear this is like an arm workout. So I add a little bit of honey, a bit of vanilla. Whole swirling and tapping noises? Well, you're welcome. Okay, so... Alright, let me just taste this. It's pretty mildly sweet, I think. Probably needs a little bit of salt. Right, no problem, Drac. A little bit of salt. And then... Actually, let me try this again. Yeah, I'm tasting more cheese and less sweetness. I think I'll add a little bit more honey to this. If I do regular sugar, it kind of would be overkill. I'm fairly sure I'm adding the right amount of vanilla, too. I think it's sweet enough. It's pretty light. You can taste a bit of sweetness. Alright, now let me show you guys how this first roll came out. It poofed. I knew it poofed, but that's fine and dandy to me. It's my first try after all. Indeed, it is a thick roll. gonna try to bake the little dudes next. Probably can't be able to get a good camera angle of them because they're rolling around. So let's make sure that these little dudes are baked. So we're gonna do the same setting, 320 at 10 minutes. I think. And that should be fine. Nothing a little cream cheese frosting wouldn't do to save this thing. Alright, with all that being said and done, while those are baking, let me go ahead and take the time to put some stuffs away. Yeah, this is a very thick roll. Does it have a thick... But does the flavor match its thickness, though? That's the question. Alright, no problem, Kaiser dude. Okay, now let's check this roll out for ourselves. Get a little bit of cream cheese filling in there. All right, let's see how this bite goes. I'm fairly surprised, actually. This is actually pretty fluffy. Like, you have a very like crunchy exterior, but you got a really fluffy inside. This is about like it's almost as sweet as what I usually have from Cinnabon, but it's a little bit lighter too, which I definitely like. So I can say this is a pretty good win in my book. I'll put some more of that luscious cream cheese in there. That is just the cinnamon roll experience. I can see like why a lot of people do prefer the insides rather than the outside of the cinnamon roll. That even Cinnabon just sells like bowls of cinnamon roll insides by like the dozen. I would certainly make this for breakfast again, actually. If I were to make this again, I would definitely put this, like, make this for breakfast. Yeah, it's like, you have a lot more, like... This might be considered underbaked, but in terms of cinnamon roll doneness, this is fine. This is just fine. It's been literally a fat second. Oh my god. You're not wrong about the fat seconds. Of course, like the cream cheese like frosting isn't as sweet as the one you get at Cinnabon, but I have a tolerable level of sweetness, so that's why I made it a little bit less sweet than the what I usually have for Cinnabon. Can't let this leftovers. Sure. I have a huge sweet tooth, but even then, just one cinnamon roll is too much for me. You gotta share between. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. It is a huge portion. That's why they make small rolls nowadays, because like a one bite of a cinnamon roll is enough to fill you up. Well, these certainly look funky, really funky. Guess we should try the traditional method next time. Like the really traditional method. These are quite something. Look like they turn into mountains. Not that it's a bad thing, really. So I think I'm gonna leave these buns to cool, and we'll take care of the mess that's in the sink, and we'll probably hop over to Genshin a bit before I do some more Stardew to relax for the rest of the evening. Because what I made today was really filling. So I think that next time I'm gonna hop in the kitchen, I'm gonna be trying out I'm gonna do my perfected air fryer lava cakes, and I think for the savory aspect, we're gonna do the inspired by Japan's egg salad sandos, because I haven't had those in a while, and they're also pretty easy to make. And Japanese egg salads actually have a bit more of an edge in flavor profile than typical egg salad that you would have. And they're also like a lot more like yellow-orange than your typical egg salad as well, and sweeter too. Because the thing with Japanese egg salad is that it's made with Kewpie mayo, and Kewpie mayo is made with just the egg yolk, which gives it a more like a purer egg flavor than using the entire egg, of course. So definitely can't wait for that. So in any case, I'm actually won't be ending yet, considering I don't have people to rate or host with at the moment. So I'll just swap over to the BRB screen and just continue having the music play in the background on there. Do a bit of Genshin and then Stardew for the evening because I'm pretty happy that we got to meet Mr. Chi at last, even though it's like we weren't technically supposed to meet him until we finished that secret notes requirements. So yeah, and also my my camera microphone's battery is about to go poof. It's about to go burr, so I'll definitely be right back as I try my best to keep this away from the mice and men. Oh, it's not the camera battery itself, it's just the microphone. I think it just uses up a lot of power nowadays, and I think it's because it's an old microphone as well that it just does that. Alright, so let me go ahead and go turn on the Be Right Back screen, and I guess I'll pump on Genshin in a bit.